Rear wheel drive, the next step in RC drifting. Did you ever imagine we could come so far? See, in the beginning, there was only four-wheel drive, but then came countersteer, which offered a little bit more realism, but it still wasn't enough. Then came super high countersteer ratios. These cars were so rear overdriven, the next step could only have been rear-wheel drive. So now you're ready, but wouldn't you like to know how the different layouts compare? In the sea of endless chassis layouts, it can be very difficult to decide upon which layout works for you.
I'm in my element!
Today I'm going to show you 3 basic rear-wheel drive chassis, all from a company called Eagle Racing. There are many different brands out there with their very own specialized upgrades and hop-ups. In today's video, we'll be looking at the distribution of weight and steering angle.
But why, Blue Star? Why don't you have my Sakura?
On my Okamo! On my MST! Hey, I'm working with what I got here!
For our demonstration, we're now looking at the R31, the TA05, and the TT02 FRD. It becomes very apparent that all 3 chassis have very different weight layouts. Motor could be in the front. Motor could be in the not so front. Motor can be in the not so. Of course, there are other chassis which have the motor in different areas, like the back or the side rear, and the battery can be wherever the hell it wants to be. Through the process of what I call experimenting, one fact becomes very obvious. Weight distribution is one of the most important factors in the handling of a rear-wheel drive chassis. Too much front weight and you're not going nowheres. But too much rear weight and the car ceases to drift. Okay, so I know some of you are probably saying something to the extent of,
But Blue Star, I have a rear heavy chassis and mine drifts just fine!
True, I can see it working out for you, but in my experience, here's what I've learned. Every surface handles differently, and every tire compound grips and slides at different levels. At Hobbytown in Mooresville, North Carolina, we share a carpet track with the buggy racers. We have learned the carpet tracks have high grip, so we need extra slippery tires that offers enough grip to get the car moving, yet enough slip to actually make the car slide. Currently, our restricted tire of choice for rear-wheel drive is the MST Gold tire. With everybody on the same tire, we try to prevent anybody from having a clear advantage. The R31 chassis features a front bumper motor and a sideways battery in the front of the rear axle. While this gives the chassis smooth handling and a lovely crab walking experience, we lose the ability to go as fast as we would like. I added around 60 grams to the tail and removed some pieces from the front to equal the front and rear weight balance at a neutral 50-50. This way, the car has enough rear grip to go fast.
Sure thing, Mr. Diesel!
So as long as you have wide front offset or track width, you shouldn't have any problems getting parallel lock. All in all, the R31 layout with proper settings can be a formidable opponent as well as a tandem monster.
Leading. Now Osbo's leading. Nice utilization of the ping pong wall. Daigo bringing it wide out as Osbo.
The TA05, with all the components crammed inside the center of the chassis, it's considered to be a rear-heavy car. Now, if physics teaches us anything, because of the rules regarding the polar moment of inertia.
Please welcome to the stage, Inertia!
Besides having more rear grip for faster takeoffs, with the weight balancing closer to the middle, this chassis should be able to transition faster.
It's very easy to get great steering angle because nothing gets in the way.
Because the T805 is rear heavy, I added 60 grams of weight to the front to help the car stay sideways instead of the rear gripping up too much. This layout would be best suitable in situations where the track is very slippery. As always, with the proper settings, the T805 can be very quick, very vicious. The final chassis that we'll be covering today is the Eagle Racing TT02 FRD. The FRD features a realistic motor position along with the option for a long battery or saddle packs.
Sugar pea!
Drop 'em!
Okay!
This layout easily brings the total weight closest to 50-50. One of the most natural drifters from the bunch, without much effort, this chassis already is a clear winner in my book, and is my go-to chassis when I want to chase closely or lead smoothly.
Incredible steering angle can be achieved with Eagle Racing FRD. Just take your time setting up the angle and the full lock.
In the end, it's up to you, the tuner, to set up the car the way you like. I will admit that with a little bit of effort, or a lot, you can set up almost any chassis to handle any way you like. The purpose of having different weight layouts is to help your tuning move in a preferred direction. And if I haven't emphasized it enough, I highly recommend aiming for a 50-50 weight balance. Find yourself some scales and do the math.
Are you ready, Kitty?
Yeah, sure!
Well, put on your helmet. It's time to drift.
And thanks for watching, guys. And don't forget to check out my other videos.